Welcome to Daisy Pooh and Marvin's Reviews, where we'll quickly tell you about a movie, series, or game. Today, we're going to talk about the Netflix movie Mother of the Bride. Don't worry, we're not going to spoil it for you. Well, more than what the trailer is already given away, at least. This is a 2024 Netflix movie starring Brooke Shields and directed by Mark Waters. In this movie, a daughter comes home, tells her mom, who's Brooke Shields, that she's going to get married. Things become complicated when the mom finds out her future son in law's father is the man that broke her heart years ago. Whoa, it's rated PG, and this movie will run you about an hour and a half long. Daisy Pooh, what did you think about the movie?
Well, Marvin, an hour and a half of my life was wasted. Y'all know me. I love a good old rom-com now and again. Yet Mother of the Bride is not that good old rom-com. Now, if you love exotic locations, you just might like watching for the beautiful cinematography, but otherwise, in my list of favorite rom-coms, this falls somewhere near the very bottom of the barrel. I will not be watching this one again. That's why I gave this a measly one fuzzy finger. And I rarely give those out because I hate to. What'd you think
Wow.
about it, Marvin?
Well, this is an awkwardly funny romance movie, but it's a bit on the worldly side when compared to, say, Hallmark movies. If you're in the mood for a new rom com or you like that awkward comedy, this may be worth a watch, but I gave it two fuzzy fingers. Daisy Pooh, Brooke Shields is the star here, and she brings in force her brand of awkward comedy. I have seen her in other movies where she's gotten to do this a little bit. I found her though a little campy or yuck yuck. She did a good job at this awkward comedy, but it's only for some people. The supporting cast played it straight, and they did well supporting Brooke Shields. What did you think about the cast?
I watch a rom com for a relaxing escape into a light-hearted romance, and I don't expect too much from a rom com except mediocre scripts and acting. So I was excited to see Brooke Shields in this because I've seen her in other things, and I love her comedic acting when because she can be really funny at times. And she did have some funny moments in this movie. I'll give her that. But otherwise, I found her really stiff, and maybe it was her character and the way it was written, but I found her stiff and she only connected with the other characters once or twice. I thought Rachael Harris as a cliched, quirky best friend was cute. And other than a few tender moments between characters here and there and a few funny moments, I saw nothing new, nothing noteworthy. I kind of found it boring at times. And see, I don't blame the actors here at all. I blame the script. It just frustrates me, Marvin. It frustrates me to no end. Rom coms follow a formulaic script nowadays. First, they show the main character, a woman, of course, at work. I'm sorry if we're not doing spoilers, but I'm spoiling this for you. They want to make sure we know the woman is strong and independent and does not need a man. Next, the two main characters meet, either for the first time or the second time after having broken up years before. They have a period where they despise each other. They eventually fall in love. They have a beautiful montage love scene together. And then, right when you think all is well, there has to be a misunderstanding that we, the viewers, have seen coming a mile away. It's over something silly the woman usually overreacts tremendously to, which is just stupid. And then, a minute or two before the end of the movie, they make up and all is well. Well, this followed that same formulaic script. Can't somebody, anybody, give me a new script out there? I'm so tired of seeing the same script over and over and over and over and over. So again, I don't really blame the actors in this movie at all. I think they did what they could with the script. The conversations didn't flow, they didn't connect, and it was just the same old tired rehashed script put in a blender and thrown out. What did you think?
The people that wrote this, I'm sure they know how to write a rom-com, but it's like you said, there's only a couple different plot conflicts in rom-coms these days, and this is just another one of those. The fun of this movie is the awkward situation and the uniqueness of Brooke Shields' character. It's not really the plot here. So if you're thinking about watching it to be swept away in the plot, no, don't do that. Just it's a Brooke Shields awkward comedy film that you're going to be watching. As Daisy Pooh mentioned earlier, this had a beautiful set, shot in Thailand on a resort and some of the surrounding areas, and it was spectacular. It makes you want to go visit there. As far as the cinematography goes, I can't think of anything bad about it. There was the holes were in other places for this movie. What do you think about where this was shot, Daisy Pooh?
Oh, yes. Okay. See, that's the saving grace for this movie. That's what made it bearable for me was being in Thailand. Oh, it was beautiful. I love beautiful villages and panoramic views and the scenery and the beaches and the jungles. It had me itching to pack my bags and hop the next plane for Thailand. Would you like to join me, Marvin?
Sure, yeah. I'll get my swimming trunks. Let's go.
I'll meet you there.
I think the director didn't have a lot to work with on this one. I looked them up, and they did have some popular movies under their belts. They actually directed Mean Girls and the Spiderwick Chronicles. I think I remember liking that one, and Bad Santa too. They had a lot of other movie credits, so I have to think it wasn't their fault since they've had other decent successes. When it comes to the sound, I also had a problem with this. I don't know if you noticed, Daisy Pooh, but it was poorly mixed. There was at times the music was either too loud or too low, and I don't think the mixer knew what they were doing. And maybe depending on your sound system, when you guys watch this at home, you may not notice it. But for me, I have to turn up the sound really loud because of my hearing, and it was quite noticeable. Did you notice anything peculiar about the sound, Daisy Pooh?
I didn't. I didn't notice it, but I keep my sound quite low, so I really didn't notice that. There wasn't anything noteworthy in this movie except for the scenery, like I said, and I just didn't think they had much to make of with the script, and so I think everybody did the best they could, and there were, like I said, a few cute moments, and I think we just need to make people aware that there is nudity in here. There is, adult situations for sure. And it is probably not a good one for kids to watch. I used to watch these with my young friends, and this is not one for young friends to watch. It's definitely an adult rom com.
Yeah, my favorite rom-com is like Serendipity, or I think of like You've Got Mail or those other ones like that. This is not that movie. This is a more worldly version of a rom-com. Both the women are very career focused and don't need men, and well, I don't think there's any agendas. I mean, it just is a worldly rom-com, and it just doesn't hit home like other rom-coms do. That I would give better ratings on. Your youngest kids, parental guidance. I honestly wouldn't let like a 13-year-old or under watch this movie. I mean, they're just not gonna like it anyways.
If you love rom coms, have absolutely nothing to watch, and have little or no expectations about acting or script, love exotic locations, and love Brooke Shields, you might want to watch this and might find some enjoyment in this. Otherwise, Marvin, I suggest you stay clear of this and find some other rom com to watch. You're going to get the same old rehashed script, of course, by watching something else, but possibly better acting and a much better plot line. And that's why Mother of the Bride gets that one fuzzy finger from me, and why I suggest you just stay away from it.
I found this movie on par production wise with like, a Hallmark movie. It's just different in that it's more worldly. It's about, careers and, adult situations and stuff. But the fun or entertaining part of this movie is, like I've said before, the awkwardness of Brooke Shields and the awkward situations that she's put into. Bored rom-com fans, that are okay with the worldly slant and need a change up might be okay watching this. That's why I gave it a two fuzzy finger. But if you don't watch this one, you're not going to miss out on anything.
Nah, not at all. But if you like what you saw with Marvin and me, I suggest you press that little old subscribe button and be sure to let us know what you thought about Mother of the Bride in the comments. We'd love to know what you think. But we'll see you next time. And remember, don't let that screen door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Whoa! Bye,
Bye
everyone.
now.